So mesh analysis is mainly used to identify the current flowing through a loop. It is possible when one or two loops are connected in a circuit. So what are all the real-time applications which we are using in our day-to-day life using mesh analysis? So we introduce anything about mesh analysis.
So mesh analysis is a method used in electrical engineering to calculate current flowing in a different loops of the circuit. It is mainly used when the circuit has multiple loops and when the components are interconnected with each other. So we need to know how the current is distributed. Instead of checking each branch randomly, we use mesh analysis, which gives a systematic way to understand how the electricity is passed through different loops of the circuit. So today we will apply this mesh analysis to check the current supplied in our laboratory.
Talking about DT-based delivery, we are having 5 stages, so empathizing, define, ideate, prototype and testing. So empathizing part will...
I'm going to tell about the empathize part. So in our laboratory, some of the lights are dim and some of the instruments are not working properly. Circuit breakers are tripped, sometimes tripped. So the students feel uncomfortable to work properly. So we need to understand the user's pain, and the students need proper light to work properly, and the lab technician need stable power supply, and the equipment need consistent voltage.
So define part.
So let me define it now. So after observing, we identified the problems as current is not equally distributed, as some sections draw more current, and voltage drop occurs large in long windings, and the load is not properly balanced. So we define our problem statement as analyze the current distribution in multi-loop lab wiring system so as to reduce the imbalance and efficiency.
So next stage of design thinking concept is ideate. So what are all the ideas which we have given to the problem?
Now we think of possible solutions like rewiring entire building, adding voltage stabilizers, checking fuse ratings, analyze circuit using mesh analysis. We choose mesh analysis because it is cost effective and it can detect the overload areas, and it is easy to understand the current.
So as he said, rewiring the entire building is cost effective. So rewiring is not the advisable method to choose. So other all possible things are included in your mesh analysis ideate part. So next stage is, what is the next stage of design thinking concept? Prototyping. So prototyping, where we are executed the ideate part in a demo model or else in a working model. So what is prototyping in this mesh analysis part?
First, we assume entire power system in a house. First, we consider three rooms in electrical supply. First, we assume a main power supply in a total system. We consider 3 rooms in a house. The house are connected in mesh analysis. To study mesh analysis, in mesh analysis, each loop is connected. Each loop is analyzed in one by one. We analyze each loop. We also observe how one circuit disturbs other circuit because they are connected.
They are connected in loops, so that loop intermittent is highly causes the short circuit possibility. So that loop is correctly connected in a residential area. Next.
Testing and observation. Measuring current in each loop, checking which loop has more power draws, identifying the imbalance areas. We observe that one loop has many heavy devices. This causes current distribution imbalances.
So connecting an high level of load in a single loop may causes an overloading or over current flow through that particular loop. So that we are connected an equal distribution among the loops. Next.
of mesh analysis. Mesh analysis is not just for transfer. It is used in residential building wiring, solar power system, electrical vehicle charging, industrial control panels, power distribution board. Electrical engineering use this method to balance load, reduce power loss.
So we are using mesh analysis in n number of applications. So what are the components which are present in the mesh analysis? So we have an voltage sources and resistive sources and the current across the loops, the current flowing through the resistors. So V, I, R. So how we are solving this mesh analysis is by using a Cramer's rule method. So we have to identify the current I1, I2. So it is based on how many loops we are having. So if you are having a 2-loop mesh analysis, we have to find out I1 and I2 alone. So if you are having a 3-loop mesh analysis, we have to find out I1, I2 and I3 current flowing through the loops. So firstly, we have to consider the equation which is equal to 0 where we are applying the KVL. So KVL is, you all know about that, when was we you all know about that. KVL is a voltage law, which is voltage across the circuit is equal to 0. So we are equating that equal to 0 and then we are applying the Cramer's rule. We have to find out the I1, I2, I3 current. If in mesh analysis we have to find out the branch current, means we have to consider the resistance value where the current is flowing through that. So consider that point and then we have to find out the branch current. So these are all the things which you have to consider while solving a mesh analysis problem. So these are all the things which is used in the real-time application of mesh analysis.